Cummings out of New Marshfield. P24, Tyler Cummings out of New Marshfield, sponsored by Johnny's Dog Box. BLT11, Tyler Frost out of Nelsonville. Number 24, Timothy Douglas, here out of Chauncey, sponsored by Dana Fire Center. 39, Ashton Kessler out of Nelsonville, sponsored by Northtown Auto Repair. The 127, Sean Hurst is here from Logan, sponsored by St. Clair Farm. 00X, Chad Bean out of New Marshfield. 55 is Brandon Wallace out of Gallipoli. 710, Chris Hobson out of Junction City. 69, Dylan Skoy out of New Marshfield, sponsored by the Redmond Lounge and the Wellstead. 1 cent, Jordan Cox, out of Wellington, sponsored by the Penny Company. The 50, Danny Mullen out of Wellington. The 915, Chris Miller out of Gloucester, sponsored by H&H Miller's Small Engine. Todd Snaps on the number 5 out of Patriot, sponsored by L&L Scrap Metal and Roby's Trailer Sales. 29 is Frank McGuire out of Patriot, sponsored by L&L Scrap Metal. The 460, Jacob Millball out of Lancaster, and the 411, Derek Coleman out of Rushville. Like the drivers down the front, went for a wild ride after taking a hit to the side. He's remained on his machine. Nose hit there. That was number 5-9. On the tour there. I believe that's maybe Agnes Kessler out of Nelsonville, 5-5. Pretty strong. Man Fire working the middle of the track, mixing it up with the K9 of Dakota Cummings out of New Barnesville. 4-1-1 was on the deck. Side up with Derek Holt out of Rushville. Green Digger coming in before he came out of Lancaster. Working the track. Coming on the nose and nose. They are. Looks like we do have one young rider out there. Up against the concrete barricade. He does have a flat tire on the back of that tractor. I think it's very acceptable. Rolling over on the right-hand side of that machine. I believe that's Jordan Cox. That is him hopping off the machine. And Jordan gets off there. Like he did have the tire go low on the back of that tractor, but he figured his life was done. Jordan hopping off of the one center. Now it looks like Grave Digger mixing it up with 0-1 towards the lead. Brandon Wallace is out of Galilee on that number 55, and looks like 55 is having a little bit of trouble with that left rear as well as the right two front tires going low on it. So he does have one good tire on 55. 411, my goodness, they are rolling over there. Hold them up. Did have that tractor go over in a big hurry as he was up 411 up there at McCollum. And we are down to about 5 tractors that are currently out and moving around and running. Nose 0-1 at this time. Eric McCollum out of Rushville is on the 4-1-1. Somebody just lost the tire. That was the Grave Digger. He's got 3 wheels right now. Luckily, it looks like he's able to keep the balance on that pretty decent as he goes wheeling around. See how the Grave Digger tractor does on his tripod at this moment. Again, we do have 4 spots. We are going to be paying cash money to only 3 of those. Top 3 will receive trophies. Well, the number clear off the 411. So things not looking too good for Derek McCollum.
Another truck being driven in memory of Scott Cunningham. Scott was killed in a boating accident on July 4th. He was a well-known man in Athens, and he worked for Les Cornwell and Eric Kuhn for 18 years. He had a big heart, would do anything for anybody. His family was his life, and he will be sadly missed by his wife of 23 years, Christy, two sons, Scott Jr. and a daughter-in-law, Brittany, two grandsons, Xavier and Ryder, and a future daughter-in-law, Betty. Scott was a big kid at heart. It was all about having fun and playing with his grandkids. He made sure his family had what they needed and wanted, and that they were happy. Scott was a hard-working and devoted guy. Scott will be missed by so many friends and family who hurt his son. Rest in peace, Scott Cunningham. Home goes. Scott was a loving husband, dad, and papa. If we could write a story, it would be the greatest ever told. A kind and loving husband, dad, and papa who had a heart of gold. You could write a million pages and still be unable to say just how much we love and miss you every single day. We will always remember all the thoughts. We're hurt and sad. We know that you always send us down the answers that we need, and you'll always be in our hearts. Again, that was a poem written by Scott's wife. Now again, rest in peace, Scott Cunningham.
Young man that desired to see the demolition derby here at our fair. He's from Alexander School District, right here in Athens County. His name is Skylar Sykes. He's a good friend of us. Their family's a good friend. He's a good friend for our fire departments who honored him with their tunnel of respect. He's been made an honorary fair board director for the day, and the fair board has presented him with a county fair board director and all directors and all of our office help and all of our crew that helps us put this fair on that has signed this hat for him. I gotta take a break. Thank you.
And if you'll notice on a lot of the demo cars out there that's coming in, you'll see Skylar's name on the side of just about everyone I've seen out there, and I even seen it on some of the garden tractors. So this is one thing that he wanted to see, we was told, and he's never had the chance to, and we just are glad that we could be a part of it, and we're glad that you all could be a part of this for Skylar. Thank you again.
There we go. Where's Luke? Crunching close. As much as you can. Come on, Jake.
Steve Young is in the 440. Jimmy Bateman's in the 111 coming onto the track. $11.27 is James Coleman. 001 Ben Adams coming on the track right now. Tony Miller is in the 11X. The only one we're waiting on right now is the 909, Matt Myers. We have a very special guest tonight that is going to be performing the countdown in just one moment. What was your name?
Katie Warren.
Starting things off here.
Funny, both of them. My name is Katie Warren, and I'm the 2012 Athens County Junior Fair Queen. I have the pleasure of starting tonight's derby with my new good friend Skylar. It looks like our cars are ready, our refs are ready, and let's count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them go.
Okay, the action is underway, and that was our fair queen and Skylar Sykes giving them a countdown to get the show underway here tonight. And the large car event number 1 is now underway. The field is spreading out just a little bit. The 001 Ben Adams putting the hammer down, and he is using the nose of that machine as a battering ram going into the side of the 440 of Steve Young. And these large cars are out for blood right now, folks. You can hear the horses running, and I believe that is a very important element. The 831 that we see laying on the track, that is his drive shaft, folks, already laying on the track. And he's not going to go without a little bit of damage there, because he did take a hit. I don't think the drivers realize that we do have Ben Adams already out of contention tonight, just due to the fact he did drop a drive shaft. And that drive shaft is laying on the ground, and my goodness. Now what we are going to be doing, we're taking the top 3 cars. Top 3 cars will move on to the feature event. We got almost a 50-50 chance here. These drivers are going to be making it into the big money round, folks. Already the 831 again is currently out. And look at the 39B, Jeremy Johnson. coming down the track at a high rate of speed, going back to back and bumper to bumper and making some hard hits. The 440 of Steve Young, not letting any moss grow under his tires either. And he's got a wide open shot. He's going to be taking aim at the, oh my goodness, the 111. Jimmy Bateman, on to count his lucky stars. He was able to get out of the way just in the nick of time before the 440 of Steve Young was ready to unleash that last hard hit. These guys have nothing but a whole lot of real estate and quite a bit of opportunities out here to put some hard hits on one another, and they are taking quite a bit of advantage of it right now. Hopefully this weather is going to last. Right now things look a little bit dark, and we'll see how things go. Right now the 440 sitting down in the corner, not sure what happened to that. He had some sort of catastrophic failure. He made his way down through it, and the 39B, Jeremy Johnson, pushing his way through at this time. 111, Jimmy Bateman swinging his machine around, and Ben Adams does quite a bit of a donut, gets re-jockeyed around, and heads back down to it. The 831, Mickey West is the only one currently out of contention. Taking the top three vehicles. Top three vehicles are going to be going into the big money round. It looks like the 440 of Steve Young. Calling quits. We're down to 5. Currently 5 left to run it. The 39B, Jeremy Johnson, hammering his way in here. Did knock the life out of that 39B very quickly. Folks, we have 5 very strong running cars. 5 top-notch running cars battling it out for the top 3 spots here in this large car, heat number 1. Looks like things are going to be getting a little bit warm under the hood of the 001 right now. A little bit of steam starting to burgle out underneath Ben Adams' 001 automobile at this time. Like he's just about ready to lose that radiator. Get a whole lot of it going out. Jeremy Johnson in the 39B throwing caution to the wind and using the nose of his machine as a battering ram as he crashes into the 111 of Jimmy Bateman right about track center. Jimmy tries to repay the favor at this time, and a lot of steam coming off of Ben Adams' 001 at this time. Ben's still running strong, and now the 1127 of James Coleman, like he was momentarily stalled out. He slip sliding his way around, and the 11X going to do a little bit of a dance. That's Tony Miller coming in behind him at this time. It sure is getting a little bit warm here on this 001. And my goodness, the 39B, Jeremy Johnson, he's definitely not holding back right now, folks. I don't know if he's using all he's got because he doesn't want to be out here in the wind or the rain that's coming or what's currently happening. But I'll tell you what, folks, Jeremy Johnson putting on one heck of a good show in that 39B automobile. The 001. Ben Adams still running strong, 1127. James Coleman going back to back and bumper to bumper with the 39B of Jeremy Johnson, and that steam continually getting larger and larger. We've got a real pressure cooker up under the hood of the 01, and look at Jeremy Johnson with a swing and a miss. He was trying to unload on that 111. 001 right now. Tony Miller in the 11X. Head to head and bumper to bumper with James Coleman in that 1127. Like that right rear currently going to be slowing up. 111 just a little bit. He does have a flat tire at this time. Down on the far end, the 11X of Tony Miller still battling it out with James Coleman. Big horsepower machine still running strong here. Top three. And it looks like he's going to be repaying the favor, folks. That was Jimmy Bateman in the 111. I think somebody just broke an A-arm, it looks like. Still 5 cars. 39B, Jeremy Johnson looks like he's trying to refire. May just have her done at this moment. We'll see how things keep going for that 39B. Not a whole lot of movement. We got some movement now, folks. We are still back at the 5 vehicles that we have had going. This punishment and abuse is starting to show a little bit of wear and tear on the 111. That's Jimmy Bateman with a whole lot of steam pouring up, not under the hood, up that 111 automobile. He's going to be getting a tap from Tony Miller in the 11X right about track central. We do have the 001 and the 39B both trying to refire their machines at this time. See how things go for Jeremy Johnson in the 39B and the 001 of Ben Adams. Right now we do have 3 of them that are currently running and running fairly strong. And it's going to be the 11X of Tony Miller. He's chasing down the 1127 of James Coleman and also the 111. Okay, Jeremy Johnson is currently out of contention, but what do you know? Look at him go, folks. The 001 of Ben Adams had 46 seconds, which he utilized to refire that machine, and then he fired her up and immediately made some contact, and that's the name of the game. He got her fired up, wound up, and down the track he went. We have one more vehicle at this time. Doggone it. There's the red flags, folks. The red flag is flying. So hold them up. Hold them up. They are going to hold them up right now. Okay, right now that is going to be it. The 1127 of James Coleman. The gas tank has broken in half on that 1127. So the checkered flag is going to be coming out for the remaining 3 vehicles that they are currently going to. It's going to be the 001, Ben Adams, with the checkered flag. Also Jimmy Bateman in that 111. Right now turning his vehicle around is going to be the 11X of Tony Miller. We'll all be seeing those 3 vehicles in a very short period of time. So big congratulations to them. We do have a lot of gasoline out on the track, so please, drivers only on the track, and we do... 33X, Ben Simmons out of New Marshfield, sponsored by New Marshfield Speed Shop. The 262, Jeff Adams out of Nelsonville. The 117, Roger Rafferty out of Wellston, sponsored by Burmar Construction. Tear 'em Up Automobile Demolition Derby, part of your 2012 Athens County Fair, and the large cars are splitting and separating at this time, folks. Well, already the number 69 having a little bit of a trouble out there. That's Mike Brooks out of Athens. He's still sitting there, going to be taking a hard hit from Keith Douglas in the 38D. Whoa, hold them up, folks. Hold them up there. Hold them up. Turn them loose and let them go. The action back underway in heat number 2 of the large car event. 33X, Ben Simmons working the infield side of the track. He's side by side with Kenny Weston at 29-17. They're going back and making some contact out of the far end. My goodness, number 4B, Brian Gould out of Athens working his way down there. He was side by side with the 0077 of Travis Kendrick. Oh my goodness, what a back-to-back and bumper-to-bumper hit between the 4B of Brian Gould mixing it up with the 33X of Ben Simmons. That popped that 33X up on its side pretty good. 117, Roger Rafferty out of Wellston making his presence known as he nosed into the side of Brian Gould in the number 4B. And my goodness, watch out, because the 4B was in the crosshairs of Kenny West in that 29-17. Roger Rafferty in the 117, pushing him around right at the track. 0077 coming on in. the 95, Jacob Gray out of Logan, momentarily stalled out. He's got her back fired up, made his way back down to the middle of the track. Looks like he's trying to get her refired. I'm not sure what's going on, but something's going on with that 95. Jacob Gray not able to get that machine going. He possibly broke something in the linkage on the throttle or something. He looks like he's got her fired up, or transmission. Something is definitely not functioning quite properly on the number 95. See how things go. We do have a total of 5 other vehicles running at this time. The 4B of Brian Gould pulling his way down to the end of the track. He's choosing his next victim right now. A bit of a cat and mouse game, and they're lining them up. Going back to back. That was the 29-17 Kenny West mixing up with the 4B of Brian Gould. And doggone it, looks like the 95, Jacob Gray, is out of contention right now. We do have the 5 vehicles that are left on the list right now. Got a little bit of a grudge match going on over there between the 0077 of Travis Hendrick and Ben Simmons in the 33X. And those headers are rosy red. Up under the hood of the 4B of Brian Gould's machine. Brian running here out of Athens. You look up under the fender well there on that passenger side, you can see those headers just glowing. That's bright as can be up under there. That car getting a little bit on the warm side right now. The 117, Roger Rafferty, making his way down to the far end of the track. The rest of the field following suit. And down to the other end we head. 29-17 of Kenny West leading the way. And things starting to get a little bit warm in that radiator of Brian Gould, number 4B. Got a lot of pressure belching out of that overflow tube. The number 4B, again, Brian Gould here out of Athens. He is managing to keep that machine running and making contact. That's the name of the game. Like the 0077, Travis Hendrick, Kenny West in the 29-17, momentarily hooked up, little slingshot effect. Travis Hendrick came off and got unwedged and nosed right into the side of the 4B. Brian Gould over on the other side. Ben Simmons in the 33X hammered his way through. Roger Rafferty still keeping his machine moving down there. He's right around track central. Roger's got the orange shirt on. We're getting to the point where it's a little bit difficult to read the numbers anymore. But Roger pulling forward. Right behind him is going to be the 33X of Ben Simmons. You have 4B Brian Gould currently on the timer. 0077 Travis Hendrick. Got a little bit of a flame dancing out of his exhaust pipe as that motor stalls out. He quickly refires though, and he is back underway, it appears. And doggone, it looks like Brian Gould's time has expired. That machine was getting quite warm up under the hood. He did stall out. He ran a very respectable heat number 2 here. Still seeing movement out of 3, and it looks like we do have Ben Simmons in the 33X currently on the timer right now. We'll see how things pan out as he does try to refire his automobile here in the late goings of heat number 2. Seconds got to be ticking by. Ben Simmons continues to refire or attempt to refire. Hold him up. That is going to be it. Looks like the time has expired on the 33X, which means the 3 vehicles currently running out there are the ones that are going to be moving on to the feature event. Referee has to make sure that he gets a checkered flag waved over the 0077. That's Travis Hendricks out of Pomeroy, sponsored by Big Dog Derby Team. Also getting the checkered flag is going to be Kenny West out of Athens in the 2917, sponsored by Advanced Seamless Gutter and Roofing. Also, the third vehicle making it in is going to be Roger Rafferty in the 117. He's sponsored by Vermar Construction. So congratulations to those 3 drivers. We will be seeing all 3 of those back here in the feature event. Okay, the 00 currently on the track. That's Joseph Dennis out of Amesville, sponsored by Quality Heating and Cooling. Here comes the 327, Carter Smith out of Patriot, sponsored by Dave Rave and King Cutter 2. Josh Cohen is in the J1. Josh is here out of Athens. Here comes the number 2, Sean Ratliff out of MacArthur. Following him is going to be the number 11. That's Dustin Buckley. That's H&H Miller Small Engine and Richland Auto Parts. He's here out of Albany. The number 767 is Kayla Sinclair out of Athens, sponsored by Skylar Sykes. So again, it looks, gentlemen, we got a lady driver on the track. Looks like that was the number 98, Kenny Klaus out of Millfield, sponsored by Huddle Tile and Richland Auto Service. The 11X, Howard Miller out of Gloucester, sponsored by T's Quick Stop. The 88B, Chris Bennett out of Albany, sponsored by J&M Painting Company. That was the 6-9B, Michael Bennett out of Nelsonville, sponsored by Savings Hardware and Sears. The 11A is James Walburn out of Amesville, sponsored by Quality Mechanic. And the last vehicle is the number 62, Bryant Dennis out of Amesville. Drivers are ready, the referees are ready. We're ready to go ahead and give them a countdown, starting with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let them go! And the action's underway in the mini car event, and the buzz bombs are underway, folks. These cars have a little bit different sound, Will, honestly. They are buzzing around the track at a high rate of speed. The 11A is James Wahlberg. A little bit of a reverse rollout with a little bit of help from Sean Cunningham in the 31C. The 11A, James Wahlberg out of Amesville, nose it into the number 62 of Bryant Dennis. 327, Carter Smith out of Patriot, putting the hammer down side by side with Howard Miller out of Gloucester. Looks like he's still got a brake light on the 00. Joseph Smith out of Amesville, see him waiting around. That's the 00 and around. 62 taking a hard shot into the side, courtesy of Carter Smith. Right in front of him, the number 2, Sean Ratliff out of MacArthur. Trying to stuff in the track. He's going to be taking a little bit of a hit. We already have. Nobody having serious technical difficulties. That's the 88B, Chris Bennett out of Albany. falling off the pace right now. Looks like we do have the 88B again. That's Chris Bennett. Sean Cunningham, the 31C. This time, the 11 currently on the clock. Looks like he's high center up on top of something up there. I believe it might be a rim or some other piece of metal. Looks like he's on a bumper. And they are packing him in. Carter Smith putting a heck of a shot on the nose. Brant Dennis's number 62. Brant's going to be pulled away, and my goodness, look at the steam rolling off. James Washburn, number 11A. He's putting the hammer down, and away he goes. He's still working the track pretty well. Throwing caution to the wind, going after the 11X of Howard Miller out of the Louser. Right now, the 767 taking a wild shot at the nose. That was Kayla Sinclair out of Athens. Got that mobile fired up. Got the hammer down right now. Around everybody else. Hey, heck, is getting quite a bit of damage up to the nose of that. Here comes the J1, Josh Cohen out of Athens. And a pretty good back-to-back and bumper-to-bumper hit between the number 11 of Dustin Buckley out of Albany and that number 62 of Brant Dennis. Cars starting to get a little bit on the warm side right now, folks. The Buzz Bombs continuing going at it. And a lot of steam. My goodness, the 98 coming down the track. That's Kenny Klaus out of Millfield, putting one heck of a hard hit on James Washburn out of Amesville. The number 2, Sean Ratliff, working his way in there. Going to go back to back. And bumper to Carter Smith. J1 gets a little bit of a side swipe. He makes his way down the track. Got number 11, Dustin Buckley, very much in a lot of sparks rolling off as a number 2 at this point in time. And still absolutely no steering on James Washburn's number 11A. Looks like Carter Smith is out of contention in the 327 down at the far end of the track. Right now he's got the 11X currently and behind him. 11X trying to work his way off. That is Howard Miller out of Gloucester. Howard heading down to the far end of the track. Going to be working on the number 62 of Brant Dennis out of Amesville. 767 track center. That's Kayla Sinclair. Over in front of the announcer stand, rolling back. Had to watch out for that driver's door of the 11A. 11A still having a little bit of problems. Not able to steer that machine too much. And hold on there, 00. You're going to be getting one heck of a hit, which he did receive, courtesy of Kenny Klaus in the number 98. Kenny coming on down the track. They're packing in there pretty tight, folks. Take the seat out the side door, I believe it's number 11. And hold him up, hold him up when you got a fire. One of the drivers pointing down under his hood. He's got some flames dancing out there. Hold him up with the goo. Okay, the track is clear, and they're ready to turn them loose and let them go. The action back underway in the mini car event. Still got quite a bit of movement out there out of these vehicles. Kayla Sinclair still running strong. She's got them stacked up. Going to be taking a hard hit in the side from the J1, Josh Cohen. Kayla Sinclair, also Athens driver. John Ratcliffe, number 2, driving out of McCarthel. Double zero. Dennis out of Amesville. Double O got down the far end of the track. Stalled out. We have the 11X. Howard Miller at a cloud. Going back to the track center. Mixing it up. We've got 6 cars currently showing some movement out there. Still on the timer. Everybody keep a close eye. 767 on the timer as well. Kayla Sinclair. But she's back moving. Got that vehicle fired back up and going into the side of the number 62, Brent Dennis. And doggone it, looks like the number 2, Sean Ratliff out of MacArthur, has removed the flag from his doorpost, taking himself out of contention, but it doesn't look like the 98 of Kenny Klaus got that. A little hard to see out there with all the mud flying around. But the number 2, Sean Ratliff, has called her an evening. Kenny Klaus going to take her around the side, and he's going to make one heck of a hard hit on the nose of Dustin Buckley in that number 11. 11X right at track central, nose into the 767. That's Howard Miller, nose to nose with Kayla Sinclair. Kayla's still running strong. She's back nosing into the side of the 62, and the 62 is going to have 3 automobiles currently coming to the side. Brent Dennis in the 62, luckily didn't suffer too much damage. A bit of a shove that he got. Kenny Klaus nose to nose once again with Kayla Sinclair at the 767. Josh Cohen, the J1, jocking his machine around. I believe we'll be down to 5 automobiles at this moment in time. Number 11 is on the timer. See how things go for Dustin Buckley out of Albany. Got a little bit of movement. And Dustin definitely taking punishment out there. Looks like his time may have run out to make contact, and it is. So Dustin Buckley in the number 11 has expired on his time to make contact. On that number 11, looks like he was turning the wheel, but none of the inputs from the driver were making it up to his front tires. He was unable to steer that machine, thus unable to make some contact. That is why number 11 has been counted out. 5 cars currently running, movement out of 5 of them, and right now the 11X, Howard Miller, going nose to nose with Kayla Sinclair. Kayla turning her attention to Josh Cohen in the J1. Pretty good hit on him. Kenny Klaus in the number 98 trying to make his way back to the other vehicle. A lot of bumpers out in the middle of the track at this moment in time. Sinclair in the 767. Sliding hit. Kenny Klaus in the 98. Kenny making a breakaway right now. 5 vehicles left. Money is going to be paid to the top 3 drivers in this class. First place will pay $750. Second place $350, and third place is $200 here in the mini car event. The sparks are flying out of the 11X. Sparks going sky high. I think those might be some superheated engine components that may have been flying up in the air. Like fireworks here. That 11X. I have to keep a close eye on Howard Miller to see how things keep going. Hard and hot things coming out of there when it hits the track. It kind of pops around there. See how things pan out. Howard Miller in that 11X. Right now the 767 to Kayla Sinclair. Still running the front. 62. Grant Dennis out of Ainsville. Cars are going to have to be eliminated. We're into the money right now. Race costs will be paid. Zipping around to the side. And look at him going nose to nose down at the far end of the track. That was Josh Cohen in the J1, throwing caution to the wind and using the nose of that red machine as a battering ram as he went straight toward the 11X of Howard Miller. Again, it looks like whatever it was that flew out of that exhaust might have been a vital component. The powertrain of the number 11X is currently on the timer. Josh Cohen in the J1. Hammered into the side of the number 98. Kenny Klaus taking that hit and heading back to the far end of the track. Number 62 taking a pretty good shot in the nose, courtesy of Josh Cohen in the J1. Number 62, Grant Dennis, may be on the clock as well. It's got to be clicking away. 11X. And it does look like time did run out for Howard Miller in the 11X. Great derby. Superheated engine parts to give something muscle. Gave way in that engine. Making it a 5th place. Number 62 currently on the timer. Grant Dennis out of Ainsville. And doggone it, looks like a 62. Grant Dennis broke his flag. He was here out of Ainsville.
767 on the clock. He's not running.
And right now, Kayla Sinclair is on the timer. She's on the clock. She's able to get the 767 refired the whole time. We do have Josh Cohen in the J1 and Kenny Klaus in the number 98 currently battling it out while Kayla Sinclair tries to refire her automobile. And look at them go. They're going, that's going to split the difference. The 98, Kenny Klaus, making contact with two of them at once. The J1 of Josh Cohen getting half a hit, and the 767 of Kayla Sinclair. Looks like time has just run out for Kayla, but she is going to go away with a third place finish. Kayla Sinclair from Athens, and her sponsor was Skylar Sykes. So again, congratulations to Kayla for a respectful third place finish. Right now we got to settle who's 1 and 2. J1 of Josh Cohen and the 98 of Kenny Klaus. Trying to get lined up on one another. And they're pushing the 98 down into the corner right here. A little bit of difference in the prize money between first and second.
Is that 11 right now? The red one, is that 11? Okay, thanks.
Well, folks, who do you think it's going to be? Right now, the 98 of Kenny Klaus. Oh, it looks like Kenny Klaus just reached up and grabbed.
And that their ceremony will be like right before the whatever the final one is.
Well, we can do, if you guys don't want to walk in the mud until the very end, we'll do everything at the stand.
Okay, the checkered flag going over Josh Cohen's J1. Josh here out of Athens taking the first place finish. Second place is going to be the number 98, Kenny Klaus out of Millfield, sponsored by Huddle Tire and Richland Auto Parts. And in third place, they're walking over to the 767 of Kayla Sinclair out of Athens. Again, Kayla's sponsor was Skylar Sykes. So again, congratulations to all three of the top finishers here in the mini car event.
Yeah, okay.
Got two vehicles left to get to the track. You've got 1 minute.
Hang on a second.
But be careful. Please be careful. Ready? The referees are ready, and we're ready to go ahead and give them a countdown, starting with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let them go. And the action's underway here at the Smash It, Crash It, Tear 'em Up Automobile Demolition Derby feature event for the large cars at the 2012 Athens County Fair. They're making their way back to the middle of the track. The last one pushing his way in there is going to be Travis Hendricks, side by side with Keith Douglas in the 38D and the 11X of Tony Miller. Like Brian Gould, working his way out of the middle of the track, going to go down to the far end. I believe that 4B was mighty warm last time it left the track. I think it has been blowing the stacks up under the fender well there. You can see already it's got a little bit of steam bubbling out from underneath the hood. I think that's more than steam, folks. It looks like it may have lost the radiator cap. Frost 2917 right now, and you can see that familiar glow of the stacks that are glowing already on the 4B. He is running that thing mighty hard. He slips side to side. 117 for Roger Rafferty. Keith Douglas in the 38D had a little bit of a bad stint of luck as he ended up high centered on one of these concrete barricades. And he's had a little bit of spark coming out to the underside of the engine compartment. Rubbing up under there. 4B Brian Gould still continuing to get moving that machine up and down the track and making contact. 001, Ben Adams out of Jackson. My goodness, folks, look at that 2917 of Kenny West putting one heck of a hard hit on the nose 4B of Brian Gould. And I think we may just see a little bit of a repeat performance right here, and my goodness, that was a back-to-back and bumper-to-bumper hit between Brian Gould of the 4B and the 117 of Roger Rafferty. And they are stacking in there at 38D. Keith Douglas out of Shade was looking to make a repeat performance. Brian Gould coming back in, and a little bit of spark coming out through there. He has somewhat of a battery. Hold them up, folks. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. Hold them up. Hold them up. Flying. They're ready to turn them loose and let them go. The action back underway. And already the sparks flying off the number of these automobiles. Look at them go. My goodness, that's going to leave a bit of a mark courtesy of Tony Miller in the 11X. He put one heck of a T-bone shot on Keith Douglas in the 38D. Roger Rafferty using the nose of 117. My goodness gracious. And all of the drivers currently good driving. It looks like the 001 may have had a little bit of a hard knock there on that wrist or muscle area. Might have had his hand inside of there as that steering wheel went spinning around. Packing them in down at the far end of the track right now. Slowly but surely whittling the field of cars down. You can see all the punishment and abuse that these vehicles have gotten over the course of this evening. Starting to take its toll. A lot of hot running cars. 38D, Keith Douglas out of Shade. Like he's starting to run a little bit on the rough side, just ever so slightly. Still manages to make some contact. 0077 holding up just before making some contact on the driver's door, but he's going to be taking a hit himself. courtesy of Kenny West in the 29-17. Looks like Tony Miller in the 11X currently making the breakaway at this moment in time, all by himself down through there. Going to be choosing his next victim. A lot of steam and smoke starting to pour up from under the hood of Keith Douglas's number 38D. Things starting to go bad to worse. Keith Douglas in that 38D. He's getting a little warm up under the hood. Got a lot of sparks coming out from under there. He's also getting ready to move the rubber off of that trim on the automobile. We'll see how things go. Keith Douglas, like he may currently be on the timer right now. Tire on the left rear of the 38D. Acting like a boat anchor out there, slowing Keith Douglas down. And trying to keep that machine rolling. 0077 Travis Henry out of the Palmer. Coming down through there. 33X Ben Simmons. Marshall getting a little bit of a tap. Keith Douglas out of the way so he can make his way on down the far end. It also gave him a little bit of momentum. 38D. Uh-oh, my goodness gracious, there went somebody. And the 33X, Ben Simmons, momentarily stalled out, but he's got her fired back up and he's back on the run. Keith Douglas doing all that he can to lift his machine off the concrete barricade at this moment in time. Just about done. See how that goes. The action out in the middle of the track at 001, Ben Adams. Nose to nose, I believe that's 33X, Ben Simmons, I believe. Roger Rafferty down on the far end in the 117, wearing the orange shirt. Roger Rafferty put one heck of a good hit into the side of Ben Simmons, number 33X. Momentarily knocked the life out of the 33X. We'll see if he's able to get refired, and it does look like Keith Douglas. 38D calling for a night. We do have two of them out, slowly whittling it away. And there goes the radiator off of Roger Rafferty's 117. He's shooting most of that steam out the front towards Kenny West, number 2917. So that's definitely going to slow things up quite a bit here. Slowing up just before making contact with traffic. safety zone that these vehicles have. And it does look like that kind of momentarily knocked the life out of Kenny West 2917, but he's got her going, and he's getting one heck of a lot of pressure built up under the hood of his automobile, so I'd say it's just going to be a moment of time, and we might have a repeat performance with another geyser blowing up from underneath the hood of that 2917 in track central right now, alongside of Roger Rafferty, the 117. You see that pressure continuing to build up. Pressure cooker going on underneath the hood. Kenny West's automobile. Kenny going to take a little nudge from the 001 of Ben Adams. Three cars back on the way. 5 cars currently battling it out. And it does look like the 33X may have called her a night as well. And Ben Simmons did remove his own flag from his door post. Now the excessive heat up under the hood of Kenny West 2917 had him stalled out, but I'll tell you what, folks, Kenny West is back in action. And that driver coming out of Athens here, currently sitting nose to nose with Travis Hendricks in the 0077. Wanting in on some of that is Roger Rafferty in the 117. The 11X of Tony Miller out of Gloucester coming in as well. 001 of Ben Adams rounding out the top 5. Two more going to have to be eliminated when we get into the money. 750 going to the winner. 350 for second, 200 for third. Kenny West in 2917. Bit of a trail of steam coming out through here. 001 getting a little warm as well. Ben Adams up on the grandstand side at track central. He's going to be chased down right now by the 0077. Travis Hendricks, and in comes Tony Miller in that 11X. $750 up for grabs. The winner tonight, $350 for second and $200 for third place. They're stacking them up 3 deep. Track central. In the middle of all the action is going to be the 117 of Roger Rafferty. Starting to blow a little bit of smoke and steam as well up underneath the hood of Rafferty 117 automobile. He's pulling away. A little bit of smoke starting to pour out stacks as well. And these cars definitely having a little bit of a rough way to go. And doggone it, I think we just lost the steering. We definitely lost the steering on Kenny West 2917. If you see him going back and forth down at the end of the track, watch inside of there. You can see him turning the steering wheel. Not any of those inputs making it to the front tires. And the way those valves are chattering on that 2917, we can see how hot it is up under that thing. He's doing the best he can with what he has at this time, but that engine is very, very hot. Not only on Kenny West 2917, but all of them. Roger Rafferty, one heck of a hit on the 11X of Tony Miller here out of Gloucester. Looks like time is slipping away. Kenny West makes the contact, and doggone it, he did have to cast him out. Kenny West, 2917. running out of time down there at the far end. He did lose all the steering in that machine, just wasn't able to get those front wheels to turn to get him back to the rest of the pack. Right now we are down to 4 vehicles left running. Out of those 4, the top 3 are going to be receiving some prize money. Tony Miller in the 11X, 0077, Travis Hendrick. Roger Rafferty in the 117. Finally, Ben Adams in the 001. Looks like a 001 currently stalled out. Trying to refire that machine. He's going to take a heck of a hit with the 11X of Tony Miller. Two drivers currently stalled out. Roger Rafferty on the clock, and so is Ben Adams. Pushing his way in is going to be the 0077, Travis Hendrick. Trying to work his way over toward the 11X, Tony Miller.
He stalled.
And a hush falling over the track. We've got movement on 50% of them right now. See, a little bit of black smoke starting to chug out of Roger Rafferty's automobile. 2 referees both have and doggone it, looks like time ran out for the 001. It was a Mad Dog recipient. Roger Rafferty is in 3rd, so we are down 2 spots. Roger Rafferty in 3rd place in the 117. Tony Miller in the 11X trying to wiggle his way off the 001. And here comes the 0077. Travis Hendrick making his way. Is popped loose. That's Tony Miller. Right now, the problem is 0077. There, he's going to bounce slip. Hey, he's got her undone now. We'll see how this works out. 0077 of Travis Hendricks out of Pomeroy. 11X of Tony Miller out of Gloucester. Both of these vehicles mighty tired. And the 11X does have a flat tire on the back of that machine, so it's definitely slowing his progress up. Not able to get a whole lot of that horsepower hooked up to the ground. Hold him up. Got the red flags popping out of there. There, looks like he's going to give him a pass to get around him. And the problem with that 11X is that Tony Miller definitely has a flat tire up inside of there. That's spinning inside. The rim is nothing but spinning. Well, and the word was sent up is they have a cracked bell housing on the 0077. And both of these vehicles very tired at this moment. You can see the 11X does have a flat tire. That's Tony Miller out of Gloucester. The 0077 having some problems with the drivetrain on his automobile this time. And it does look like may have a loader coming down through here. Okay, hold them up. The red flags are flying. They are going to open the track, I believe, at this moment in time, just for one moment. The only time that they pop two vehicles apart is when it comes down to first and second place. Okay, they got them on the hung, a little bit of space in between them. And they are trying to make contact with one another. Again, first and second is the only time that we are able to unhang them. So far, folks, they almost made it back to make contact with one another. Hopefully they'll keep the momentum going on the 11X. We'll try to spin that machine around a little bit. The action migrating down to the far end of the track. And it looks like the 11X just made some contact. Things not looking good. It looks like the 11X may have just had another flat over on the other side, which is definitely not going to add to it. However, 0077, not a lot of movement from that machine this time. He's got her going now, so we'll see how Travis Hendricks plays out. 0077 kind of sitting sideways right there. See if we can take a few hits. Okay, the red flags are flying right here. Hold on one moment. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up, I believe. Checkered flags going out to the number 11X of Tony Miller, making the last aggressive contact within the minute. They did put Travis on the timer, but your winner in the 11X, Tony Miller out of Gloucester. Second place, 0077, Travis Hendrick. Third place, Roger Rafferty in the 117 out of Wellston. So that was the top three. Again, the 001. Ben Adams is the recipient of the Mad Dog, so he does have a cash prize to pick up. That was courtesy of Johnny's Dog Box. If you need to get something to eat on your way out, be sure to stop over at Johnny's Dog Box. Looks like they're still open.